If I do it this way around, I've got the different settings for depth. And what I can do with this, because we've got the doofer on it. Just turn it around like that. Right, so get the Macbeth family tree out the fucking way. Right, there's a comment came in, and it's quite a narcissistic comment, and one part, and you know how to get rid of numpty, so I'm just using this as an excuse to go, oh look, I've got some horrible people come on and say horrible things to me, and I'm so sensitive, but yeah, I'll show you, let's deal with it. Community. So that's quite a good comment. You're a regular at spoons, yeah. So we'll get this one. So bald man thinking he's a woman. That's from Tom Jenkinson. So that video. I did a video. Right, so we'll prove it. We'll prove it just now, right? So the video was. So what happens to these comments, they sort of disappear. They disappear. Oh, there it is. Bald man thinking he's a woman. So, Tom Jenkinson, probably is his real name. So he thinks it's appropriate to say that, which is, nobody has ever said that to me. Nobody. So the video has nothing to do with transgenderism or anything like that. It's about Katie Hopkins. Oh fuck, it's frozen. Come on. I think it's because it's frozen now. It's okay now, right? So the video is about words that you can say. I can't actually see what you're seeing. And I've got to but it does mean I don't have to edit, so it's probably better. Right, it was a guy who had to go on me about swearing. My data is getting full. So this video, that's what it's about, right? And so basically, it was the narcissistic qualities of it. Like, so he was, so this guy here, he's one of the good guys, right? So he's replying. So the video was really about somebody telling me less swearing. So it's like, well, if you're less swearing, he didn't have the bottle to say no swearing, but to move the swearing, right? So I'll just quickly go on this. I'm sorry, I'm yabbling on, but Katie Hopkins said a word and she got arrested. Now, I think she shouldn't have said that word, but I don't think she should have been arrested. The word she said was in the dictionary. I don't know if it is now. I don't think it is. So that is wrong, right? But it's about free speech. So you can say whatever you want, but you've got to face the consequence of saying it, right? So Katie Hopkins has now got to face the consequences of saying that word. Begins with S. And we used to say it all the time when we were young. I'm not prepared to say it. There's another one you can't say, begins with N. So there is words that you just can't say. You know it, I know it, Katie Hopkins knows it, everybody knows it. So she's been arrested, so I believe that it's wrong. I think that's wrong. She shouldn't have been arrested, right? So that's what I think about it. I think that Katie Hopkins is deliberately offensive. And she pushes the boundaries. So she's just horrible in a lot of ways, right? And I think that's just what she does. She's a very attractive woman. I think a lot of the guys probably get turned on watching her. Good luck to her, but I'm out. I don't want to watch her. She offended me with something that she said. So that's me. It's my problem. I'm offended, right? So what do you do if you get offended? You just avoid them, don't you? Don't watch it. So I wish her all the best. I don't think she should have been arrested. So this guy's trying to tell me I shouldn't swear, but that would ruin the whole video. The whole video's based on swearing. My whole channel's based on swearing. I swear all the time on the videos, and that's part of the whole car driving thing. The experience of getting pissed off with idiots in the way and everything. So it's really narcissistic to come along and tell somebody to stop swearing. So, right, so that's what that was about. So, okay, you're going off on a tangent here. So this guy says... So this guy's responding to this video. Right? There's me talking. I'm doing... I don't think I even ever mentioned transgenderism.
We've all done it.
Maybe I did.
My exes have done it. I was hardly innocent in the relationship.
So I'm sitting, opening up about things, talking about various subjects.
That's normal. So, from one comment, we've went through it all. Christianity's dead, Katie Hopkins is arrested. I'm the artist. These are my videos.
Yeah, so
every single video I do, to me, is a piece of art.
So that was the point I was making. If the police come round to me, which they might do, I'll say, well, that's part of my art. That's what Katie Hopkins should say. I know she has said that. It's part of my art. It's part of my routine. I'm an artist. Right? So this guy here says to me, bald man thinking he's a woman, right? So it's just like, so this is Tom Jenkinson. Who would say that? I mean, nobody's ever said that to me in the street or anything like that. We're going to go over this and we're going to deal with it, but the reality is, he's actually right. Right? So, but it's a very rude thing to say to somebody, you shouldn't say that. I think it's rude as anything. It's very discourteous. Bald man thinking he's a woman, so obviously you're not doing a lot of thinking, are you? But he is right, but it's very rude, and you would never say that to somebody in the street, would you? You know, you'd get a punch in the face, wouldn't you? So he's hiding behind his keyboard, Tom. Wow, weird. Wasn't expecting that. I haven't looked in here yet. 53 subscribers, 8 videos. Orcas on the hunt in Shetland. Creville on... So he's a bit of a fisherman. What an ignorant thing to say to somebody. You know, you really should be ashamed of yourself. That's just... So he's got that barrier between me and him, the keyboard, that he can be narcissistic, and he's got that barrier. He's not going to meet me, you know, but you would never say that to somebody. It's actually very cruel. It's hurtful and cruel, and I am offended. I am not happy, so I'll just deal with it, and you've got to deal with it effectively. So he's got these videos. He seems to be a bit of a fisherman. He's probably under the thumb.
That's my flavour.
Oh, he's fucking covered. What's that on there? Who's the fat one? Fatty. With the pink top. No, that's not him, is it? Who knows?
Look at them beauties.
Oh, he's an English twat.
Look at them beauties. Look at these babies.
He's English.
God.
English. He's in...
Yay! Beautiful. Closest I've been to orcas. Look at them beauties. Look at these babies. Look at these babies. God. God. Yay! Beautiful. babies. Look at them beauties. Look at these babies. God. Look at these babies. God. Yes. Look at them. Yes. God. That's the closest I've been to Orcus. Look at that. That's the closest I've been to Orcus.
Don't really want to get angry at the guy, you know, he's got his own problems, hasn't he?
That's the closest I've been to Orcus. Look. That's the closest I've been to Orcus. God. That's the closest I've been to Orcus. God.
No.
That's the closest I've been to Orcus.
Why would somebody like that say that? Why would somebody, an Englishman, say that to me when I did a video about...
Yes.
I wasn't even condemning Katie Hopkins.
That's the
you know, what? Why? Why would you do that? I just don't get it at all. And you've got...
closest I've been to Orcus.
Why would you look at a video like this, you know, and put that on YouTube? It's a brilliant video. And yet be so nasty to somebody you don't even know me. And you know what you've said is true.
The closest I've been to Orcus.
But you thought you would just write that because you don't see any consequences of it.
The closest I've been to Orcus.
You know, but it's not right. So anyway.
God. That's the closest I've been to Orcus.
Right, okay then. Comments are turned off. Oh, I see. Turn off the comments in your videos. Ah, right. I see. Right. So your videos, you turn the comments off. Right. But you don't mind sending horrible comments. To me. I'm not actually like videos like that. I'm quite interested in fishing and that. You know, I don't know who they are. It could be anyone. So I'll give that a thumbs down. That's their condo. I only see it on my 12-metre boat. See him. Well, it's pretty clear. He's sleeping with his lot. He's obviously jealous. Get out there in their boat, start rubbing a halibut. Those other English pals.
The repeller.
Right, okay.
Jack. Hey, awesome.
Right, fuck it, let's get out of here. It's just, you can get negative. Tom Jenkinson, I mean, you can get negative. It's just a comment at the end of the day. I'm quite a fragile person, yeah. So I do take things kind of seriously. So what we'll do, bald man thinking is a woman, so it's probably J.K. Rowling that's put him up to that. But anyway, if you want to watch a video, it's absolutely brilliant about J.K. Rowling. Honestly, I ask you to watch this video. I'll show you. Wait a minute. It's this one. It's absolutely brilliant. It's when was it? Christopher Hitchens on J.K. Rowling. Now, Christopher Hitchens has been dead since 2012, so I'm not exactly sure. It's sort of like AI resurrected. 27,000 subscribers. What would Christopher Hitchens have to say about current events? Welcome to a unique thought experiment. So it's the Shutter's voice with Pascal on today's debates. So in this one, the J.K. Rowling one is absolutely brilliant. He's got her down. He's got her down perfectly. For what she is. She really, I mean, I kind of know, obviously I believe she's a vacuous waste of space, you know, that J.K. Rowling. And
of our age, that the woman who taught a generation of children about the importance of choosing love over fear, tolerance over prejudice, and standing up for the marginalised against their oppressors, has herself become consumed by exactly the kind of moral panic she once wrote against. J.K. Rowling, having given us Harry Potter's struggle against those obsessed with blood purity, now spends her days obsessing over chromosomal purity with the fervour of a Victorian eugenicist who's just discovered Twitter. The transformation has been as complete as it has been pathetic. Here is one of the wealthiest women in Britain, someone who could spend her remaining years doing literally anything, fighting poverty, promoting literacy, enjoying her castle in Scotland, who has instead chosen to become a full-time opponent of trans people's right to exist in public life. She tweets about it constantly, writes essays about it compulsively, and has made it the central organising principle of her public persona. One imagines her waking each morning and immediately checking whether any trans person has dared to use a bathroom, play a sport, or simply exist without her permission. What?
If you watch that, I mean, the amount of people that that I found are agreeing with J.K. Rowling, they're just, I can't understand it, how they can be so dumb. You've got this really hypocritical woman, and the thing that these trans women are a danger to women in toilets and stuff is complete shit. It really is. And then why do they stick up for female criminals? You know, it's like in women's prisons and everything like that. I mean, so they also make it sound like the women and the prisoners, the criminals, are not criminals. So it's all very sexist, you know. It's like, so women shouldn't really be in prisons and shouldn't have men, like transgender women in there and all this stuff. It's terrible. And what he said about her is she's like a billionaire, one of the richest women in Great Britain, and she's turned out to be a horrible person. And the reality is, the reason that she wrote Harry Potter was for pure greed, to make money. And so the stories in it and all the morals in it was just, they're there to make money, because that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And what she's doing with this hate campaign against this very small minority of people in this country, and that the abusive comment from that guy, is probably coming from J.K. Rowling, from Tom Jenkinson. I know to a lot of people watching this, you're probably thinking, what are you getting bothered about that for? Who cares? But she's a horrible woman, J.K. Rowling, and Graham Linehan. He has just lost his mind. You know, he's not being rational. You know, he says he's supporting his daughter. His daughter ran away from him. So did his wife. They just don't want nothing to do with him. They don't think he isn't trying to help his daughter, and that's why they ran. You know, you didn't see them for dust. They're away. You know, but he's got the excuse that he's mentally deranged, Graham Linehan. J.K. Rowling isn't mentally deranged. She's just nasty, a nasty, vindictive woman, and that's what she's doing. And this comment for this guy is probably coming from there, because I never mentioned J.K. Rowling in that video. I didn't really mention. I don't know if I might have mentioned transgenderism once, but not in a promote. I don't promote it generally. I just mention it because it exists, and it's appalling that anybody would remotely think that J.K. Rowling has anybody's interests at all apart from her own. That's all she's got. She only thinks of herself, and she is maybe a typical narcissistic woman. She should have a narcissistic personality. She certainly should be arrested in Scotland. She fits the criteria for the hate crime. It's about the component that you're creating hate against a vulnerable minority, so you can the legislation in Scotland's higher than it is in England, but she's too much of she's a billionaire, so she can protect herself with the money she's got. But I think she's horrible, and at the end of the day, what's the point of having all that money if you're horrible, you know? So no, I find it insane how people even think about J.K. Rowling in any positive light. She's a horrible individual, really she is, and that's a fact. And if you think otherwise, there's something wrong with you as well, but you're entitled to your opinion. So this guy, let's just move on for this now. You're going on about it too much. So Tom Jenkinson, he's had his moment of fame. We don't really get much on him, did we really?
Have a look round. Morning everybody, I'm just going to take you around the polytols. Have a look round. Yesterday I went in the first polytunnel, what am I looking at now?
So he's English, he's living in Shetland.
Yesterday I called them polytunnels. They're called polycrubs here in Shetland. They were designed by people in Shetland and basically bomb-proof. We've had winds up to 100 miles an hour, and these things are brilliant. Brilliant, they are. Solid. You can forget about your plastic polytunnels because they just don't last 5 minutes here. End up in Norway. Right, let's have a look inside then.
Oh really, they end up in Norway, did they? Do you realise Shetland's no next to Norway?
Which are coming on really well at the moment. Garlic bulbs. They're going to be brilliant when they're ready. This is the...
She likes these plants.
Also grow nettles. These are built...
He sounds a bit of a weirdo, doesn't he?
Two versions. The first one, that's the Mark 1, but the Mark 2, it's got more woodwork put into it, give it more strength.
You've really got to think about
Yeah,
it.
lovely day today, lovely. So, yeah, I hope you like it.
You know, moving to Shetland. I mean, I've been to Orkney. I haven't been to Shetland. I've been to Orkney. I've got genetics that would suit Shetland. I've got Norwegian genetics and Scandinavian genetics. I could probably live there, but he's English. So I don't know what he's. You know, he's obviously a weirdo going up there and living there. But see what it's like up there. There's a house there, and see, there's no trees, nothing. I think it could be a bit grim up there. Yeah, but. I mean, if you live down in England, you sell a house and go and live up there, no bother, eh? Because you could buy a bungalow like that, no bother. So we'll just go and give a negative finger release. I'll go and give a negative review. Poor way. You know, yeah. Let's give him a negative review for everything. Aye. A negative review. We've done that one already. You know what goes around comes around. You know, I mean, I go around. I have a laugh with people and everything, but I don't target anybody specifically. I wouldn't send them like a nasty message or anything like that. I mean, there's a difference between that and say talking like Katie Hopkins. You know. Targets a group. It's not actually a person, is it? There's no person that she's targeted, but that's not how the law sees it. The law sees it like that. So, but at the end of the day, so that's his videos. He's got 8 videos. So we'll put a negative thing in every video. Right, so what we'll do now, what would you think?
That's normal.
Oh, really? It's normal. Right. It's fucking normal, Mars. Right, so where are we again? Let's do this. Get on with it. Come on. Looks smart. Oh God, where's it all got? Oh, it's because the things change. It's newest you're looking for. So what I don't want to do is I don't ever want to argue with narcissists. So you get rid of them. Where's it freaking gone? Bob man. So what you do with that is you should always report all this stuff. Always report it, right? So hate speech. We'll go for hate speech, right? Report. And so we'll go and report it again. Report. So like this guy here, if he's got a habit of doing that, the algorithms will know and they'll shut his channel. You know, so he's putting himself at risk for nothing. Just because I don't know why he said that to me. Why? So, but you know, like, so, harassment or bullying. It's me. So, bald man, let's go over what he said, right? Bald man thinking he's a woman. Right, so bald man. So that's me there. Right, so, well, I mean, that, right, I have baldness, right? This is, I'm not exactly bald though, am I? Because I've got hair. I mean, you'd have to not have hair. But I have got a receding hair at the front. At the front there, right? So, the hair sort of grows, and it's thin, yeah. So I've got to live with that. You know, I've got to live with that. You don't have to live with that. And Tom Jenkinson doesn't have to live with that. I've got to live with it. So that's generally why I wear hats and stuff when I go outside. The other thing, but it's probably been quite a beneficial thing, I've started doing that because I've got very fair skin. And I think I used to sort of shave my hair right off. And I don't think it probably could give me skin cancer or something, exposing my head to sun and everything like that. So I think it's probably a good thing that I wear hats when I go outside. And like I say, I've got to live with that. He doesn't have to live with it, I do. So why he's sort of reminded me of things that I know. So, and thinking he's a woman. So the thing's, what is a woman? You know, we're back to J.K. Rowling with that. I mean, we're talking about chromosomes. We're talking the difference between a man and a woman. You choose your words carefully as well, because you're talking about wives or women. It's different from male and female. So the definition of a woman has changed. A woman would have been expected to be married in the old description of a woman and have children. That's what a woman is. And a female that's a wife. And if you didn't fulfill that criteria, you're not a woman, right? So now all the feminists start moaning about that. But we've got a falling population. We've got a massive problem about to hit us, which is what we've already talked about. It's caused by women not having babies. Well, men don't have babies. It's women that have babies, so they're not having babies. So if they're not having babies, who's going to have the babies? Islam is. That's who's having them. And that's why Western civilization is going to come in. But who cares? You just don't care. I don't care. Fuck it. Who cares? So it's a really ignorant thing to say. So bald man thinking. So like he's touched right into my psyche. Like, so when he doesn't need to. He doesn't know me. Maybe something's triggered him in the video. I don't know. You just don't know with people. Sometimes people get upset about things. I don't know whether... I wasn't really slagging off Katie Hopkins. I was being sort of fair about her. It could have been, he's a Katie Hopkins fan or something like that. I think he's just a empty... He's got his own problems. And he's English and he's living in Shetland. You know, and it's like, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, I stayed in Orkney for a while. I didn't live there, but I did stay there for a while. It's not as brilliant as what you think. And the thing is, if you're down in England, you sell your house, you go up to Orkney, no bother, or Shetland. But it's not, I don't think it's as easy as what it sounds. You're going to get quite lonely. You know, you might love that lifestyle, but clearly he's not a happy man if he's saying things like that to a complete stranger. So the other thing is, thinking he's a woman. So that's me. He's attributing my thinking that I'm a woman. So that's what's called gender dysphoria. But where I am with it now is I couldn't give a fuck about it anymore, right? I'm kind of past it. So if you think I'm a woman or a man or whatever you think, I'm contradicting myself a bit because I'm going to say I don't care. Obviously I care because I'm doing this video. What I'm actually doing here is I'm demonstrating just how ignorant Tom Jenkinson is. Hugely ignorant. It's an ignorant thing to say. It's discourteous. It's rude. He would never say that to someone. He really should be embarrassed and ashamed of himself for saying that. But of course he doesn't see any consequence. He's just typing away there, you know. Type, and you can say whatever you fucking like to anyone. I'm not going to get in my car and go on a ferry and go all the way up to Shetland and go bang, bang, bang on his door and say, hey Tom, and punch him in the face, am I? I'm not going to do that, am I? Because that would be stupid. But that's like the sort of reason why you shouldn't say nasty things to people on the internet. Right, so we've reported him. Is there any other ways we can report him before we block him? So you've got... report. Let's report him again. Right, it's unwanted commercial content, pornography, child abuse, hate speech, misinformation. Well, it's misinformation, isn't it? Yeah. Bald man thinking he's a woman. How does he know what I think? And the worst thing, you know, the annoying thing is that video wasn't really about any of that stuff. I could get it if somebody went on and did a video about transgenderism or something, right? What else could we do? Hate speech report, right? So what I'll do, any more? Are you going to report him again? Harassment or bullying? Yeah, do that again just in case. Right now, right, Tom Jenkinson, you are history, hide user from the channel. Are you ready? See, it's almost like I'm not letting go here. So I'm being narcissistic as well. You know, he's been a narcissist. It's like, this is a narcissistic feed. But the way I see it is these narcissists can get a bit of me. They could watch this and go, oh, I really upset that fucking bald man thinking he's a woman. But you know what? That's it. Finished. You're finished. He's gone. So that's how you deal with that. I probably went a bit too far with that, but the online safety acts, they're also a new thing that's happened as well. And I think a lot of people don't really realise the implications of it. You really need to, I'd advise any, and I know you lot probably don't, I don't need to tell you that because you're obviously, we have to behave ourselves. And I say a lot of outrageous things when I'm doing videos, but I would never type something like that at somebody. If I do, like I don't think I do, don't do it. You know, you cannot go around saying things like that, you just get into trouble.